Thanks, Amber. I'm learning so much, and we haven't even started this yet. The Canadian Health Food Association has conducted a survey of more than 1,500 Canadians to determine if we can distinguish fact from fiction when it comes to winter health myths, which I didn't even know was such a thing. Michelle Book is here to explain more about this. Okay, so what would you consider a winter health myth?
Well, there's actually lots of them. And this week is Natural Health Products Week,
okay,
which we at the Canadian Health Food Association like to say it's a week of happy, a lifetime of health. So we're talking about some of these myths going into the winter cold and flu season. And the number one myth is around vitamin C.
Which I know people pop like it's almost a religion. Like people are, oh, I had my vitamin C, I won't get sick, don't need a flu shot, I'm on my way.
It's true, it's true. When it comes to vitamin C, we ask, can vitamin C ward off the common cold? And the reality is that vitamin C will help with the duration and the severity of symptoms, but it's not going to cure or prevent you from getting the winter cold.
So it's important to have anyway.
It's very important.
But don't think of it as
a
getting a shot.
Yes, exactly. So we want to make sure we're eating lots of vitamin C throughout the winter or supplementing. There's lots of options when it comes to supplements at your local CHFA health food store.
And what have you got going on over here?
Probiotics.
Okay.
So we asked Canadians, are all bacteria bad? And most of us knew that that's not necessarily the case.
Of course.
But we did ask, do you know that probiotics is very highly linked to immunity? So lots of interesting research being done on the connection between probiotics and immunity. And we know that our good gut bacteria really influence our immune system. So we want to keep our good gut bacteria in check by eating a lot of fermented foods or probiotic supplements.
So it actually does maybe closer to what people think vitamin C does. It does more.
Yeah, it definitely. Probiotics for sure help with our immune system.
And what would they find it in what would they eat that would have it?
So when it comes to probiotics, well, there's kimchi, there's kefir, or there's kombucha. Also, yogurt, sauerkraut. There's more traditional options. Yes, at your local CHFA health food store, you can find lots of more alternative options to some of these fermented foods and incorporate them into your diet as we come into the cold and flu.
Vitamin D, that's a big one as well.
Very, very important. So interestingly, we asked, is vitamin D naturally occurring in many whole food sources? A lot of Canadians think that yes, it is, and the truth is, it's not. We're just not getting enough vitamin D in our diet alone. It's recommended we have about 600 international units of vitamin D every day.
Why?
Well, it helps with immunity. It helps bone strength. So again, going into the winter months, thinking immunity. So 600 international units for the average adult Canadian. In order to get that, we'd have to have 6 cups of milk, 15 eggs, or 4 cans of tuna.
Wow. So what are you asking them to do? Or what should people be doing if you're not going to have 15 eggs a day?
Exactly. When it comes to vitamin D, supplementation is almost universally recommended, especially here in Canada in the winter months. It's very, very important.
Interesting. Okay, almonds, one of my favorite things. What's going on over here?
Oh, well, calcium. So we know calcium, we asked, is calcium important just for our strong bones and teeth? And that's not necessarily the case. 99% of the calcium in our body is actually found in our bones, but the 1% that's not found there is also important. It's important for regulating blood pressure and for nerve transmissions and for balancing our body's pH. So we want to make sure we're getting enough calcium. Almonds, leafy greens like spinach and bok choy are great options for calcium.
And just very quickly, touch on organic.
Eating organic is going to reduce your exposure to pesticides by up to 80%. So you can visit our website, chfa.ca, and find out where to go organic and where maybe you can save your money by choosing not necessarily organic, by eating the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen.
And we were talking about that in the commercial break. It's very expensive to eat healthy and it's expensive to eat organic, but you're suggesting you don't have to go all in. Pick and choose.
Exactly.
And you can get that information on your website as well in terms of what works and what doesn't. And that website, again, is coming up there, chfa.ca. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Much more still ahead when we come back. Stick around.